Hi everyone, it's Dee's from Turtle Dove. Today I am going to be making some lemon curd. So if you would like to know how I make my lemon curd, keep watching. So my older sister makes the best cakes ever, and a couple of weeks ago on our Tuesday meetups, my sister bought some homemade cupcakes filled with lemon curd. So I loved them so much that I looked up the lemon curd recipe myself so that I could do that for my family and make some cakes. And you can also use lemon curd on pancakes, on cupcakes, scones, anything, even on yogurt, or drizzle a little bit on ice cream if you like. There's just so many uses for it. Now this makes just a jar full. So I'll just quickly take you through the ingredients first. So you'll need 4 large eggs, a cup of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice, or it says 4 lemons, but this is almost 3/4 of a cup full, just short. So mine were sort of medium-sized lemons. And a pinch of salt, the zest of the 4 lemons as well. I guess it's just depending on taste. If you find it too strong, just leave, maybe do 2 lemons. Get the zest from 2 lemons. But this will be sieved at the end, so you won't get any of the actual zest in there. You don't have to sieve it, but that's what I like to do. And lastly, 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, and I cut mine into cubes. So you have everything ready on the stove, ready. You have your sieve as well, and another bowl, and a little soft spatula, flexible spatula, just to push it through the sieve. And that's just so that will be ready to jar after that. So let's get started. So the first thing is you have the 4 lemons. You just put that in a bowl, and just add the sugar. It's a 1 cup of sugar, and you just whisk that through. And I will try and leave a link in the description below for you where I got this recipe. This isn't my recipe, but there's plenty online if you just put it in the search. Now the idea with this is, I think if you can make custard, you should be able to make this. There's just a little bit more to this, not much, but it's just a matter of heating it up slowly so that it thickens. You don't want it on high heat, so I think that's whisked enough. Now I'm going to turn the stove on. And just turn the heat down. I don't want it too hot. It's pretty low. And then I'll transfer that over. You can always whisk everything in the pot first. Okay. So I'll get my large whisk and just whisk away. Some recipes don't use the egg white, but this one does. So I remember years and years ago, when my kids were little, I probably made lemon curd 2 or 3 times. So it was quite a few years ago that I made lemon curd last. So this is is my second batch. I made one last week after, like I said, my sister bought those cakes and they were just scrumptious. So this was probably one on the first search that came up. I just took a chance, had a bit of a read of the recipe and thought this should be easy. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult actually, but so I'm just going to put the heat up a little bit more. And at this stage I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I have some sea salt here. Turn it down a little bit again. Just keep an eye on that heat because you don't want to cook the egg. Now I'm going to add the zest of the 4 lemons, and that's just going to give it more flavour. If you love lemons, you'll love this. Just by the feel of the pan, it should be lukewarm, maybe a little bit more than lukewarm right now. I'm just going to get a spoon, just so that I can make sure I take away any sugar and build up right on the corners of the pan. And now you can feel it warming up. I'm just going to slowly add all the juice, just a little bit at a time. Turning it down a little bit more, so I don't want to burn it, don't want to waste my 4 lemons. Now obviously if you want to make, 3 jars, two jars rather than 1 or 3 or 4, you just change the recipe accordingly. So if you want to make 2 pots or 2 jars, you use 8 eggs, you just double the recipe. And this lasts in your refrigerator for about a week. I wouldn't keep it more than 10 days, but last week when I made this, I made I think about 22 cupcakes, and I just about used the whole jar just filling the cupcakes with the curd, with the lemon curd. So I don't think it's going to last long if your family likes lemons. I'll just add more of this juice. Just going to turn up the heat slightly again, just because I'm adding more cold liquid. So at this point you just keep an eye on it and keep whisking away. And when you notice it thickens slightly, then you can start adding, bit by bit, your butter. Now this is already thickened, as you can see, slightly. It's a bit hard to see, so now I'm going to turn it way down again. And just start adding 3 or 4 little cubes at a time. Stir that in until the butter melts. And this is what gives it the beautiful glistening effect. It just looks really glossy and nice. Smells really nice. So let me know in the comment section if you've made lemon curd. What do you put your lemon curd on? As I mentioned, it would be good, I think, on pancakes and scones, cakes, tarts. Yogurt, the Greek yogurt, just add even just a little tablespoonful to it, a bowl of yogurt. It'll just make all the difference, sweeten it up a little bit. And I think these would make a lovely gift if you're going out to someone's house for dinner or something, or you're going to a barbecue just to give the host. Sometimes you can take chocolate, I don't know what you guys do, but sometimes you might bring wine, it just depends. I think this would make a nice little gift, not to use on the night necessarily, just for the host for another time. It's always nice to bring something with you when you go to dinner at someone's house, I think. I just added the last bit of butter. I'm just going to let that melt right through and just give it another minute or so, just to thicken up a little bit more, make sure everything's stirred right through. Let's put the heat up a little bit more. And of course this is going to thicken a lot more once it cools, so don't be alarmed if it looks like it hasn't thickened quite to what you would like it to, because as it cools it always thickens a bit more, it sort of steps. So yeah, my older sister, she makes the best cake. She's just such a great cake baker, and she always makes these fancy slices and tarts and such. I always get inspired by her when she makes cakes. She loves cakes. I I'm more of a savoury person. I do love cakes, but yeah, I prefer dips and things. But these cakes were just amazing. Just had it with a cup of tea. And the cake was just so soft as well. It was beautiful. Okay, so that's just starting to bubble. I'm going to turn that off. Let's keep stirring that for a little bit. And now I might just adjust the camera, the tripod, and I'm going to pour it in the sieve, the bowl under it of course. Just get every bit out that I can and don't waste anything. It smells really nice. Okay, actually I'll leave that there. And I'm just going to push that through the sieve, and that way you won't get any lumps. There's no lumps in this, but just all the zest and stuff. Some people might not mind the texture of the zest through the curd, but it's just what you like. There we go. Just all the zest is left behind, but you've got the taste throughout the lemon curd. I'm just scraping anything underneath, so I don't want to waste anything, like I said. Okay, so I'll rinse that off reasonably quickly. Now I'm just going to move you over to the jar. Ideally let this sit for 2 minutes or so, but just for the sake of filming I'm going to jar this straight away. So I just have this jar which initially had jam in it, so I just washed the jar really well. Still got a little bit of stickiness on the front from the sticker that was on there. I need to get some eucalyptus oil or something so that that can be easily taken off. So you can use a funnel if you like. I'm just going to hopefully not spill it everywhere. And this looks like it's going to make a little bit more than last time. That is good. So that's going to thicken up a lot more on cooling. Let me just get another jar. It pays not to throw jars out, just in case you make homemade relishes or jams or things like that. I think the lemons must have been a little bit bigger, and maybe the eggs bigger too. Okay, so that's made about 1 3/4, almost 2 jars worth. So I'm happy with that. So there you have it. I'll give that a couple of minutes, or maybe 5 minutes or so, just to cool off with the lid off, and then I will put the lid on Let it cool completely before I refrigerate it. So that's it, guys. That's how you make lemon curd. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.